How you doing, guys? Rappo here. I'm going to do a video today on my class breakdown, my Titan, my 400 light level Titan, and the class that I use for trials, and just sort of break it down and explain it and show you what I do. So let's get into it. First of all, Striker Titan, because hammers and void just don't really work as well for trials for me. Last word, that's sort of my signature weapon. I mean, over the years, I've sort of tried changing things up, I've tried running high cal rounds or single point sling or, aggressive ballistics in, year three, but nothing really works as well as the old soft ballistics and perfect balance. That's just the way you have to run last word these days. Way Lauren's March. I like this sniper rifle because I'm not the greatest sniper in the world. I'm not bad, but I'm not the best. And this allows me just to spam bullets. So you can just spam headshots or spam body shots. It doesn't really matter. This one's quite nice in particular because it's got the old hidden hand, brace frame, hand laid stock I should say. And the view tack, which is quickly grown on me, is my favourite sniper scope. And live sport comes in pretty handy too. In some of my other videos, you'll notice I always switch between skip rounds and hand-laid stock. That's because if I spawn in with skip rounds, it gives me 3 extra ammo, so I start the match with 9 instead of 6. So I'll jump in with skip rounds and quickly switch back to hand-laid stock for the extra stability. Heavy doesn't really matter too much in trials. I'm just running this thing because it's 400 light. It's the raid machine gun. It's a pretty good machine gun for the raid. Bit of a DPS beast against the raid bosses and stuff like that. Just a normal ghost shell. This one's got almost a god roll on it. This one does have the god roll, but I like this one because it gives me extra glimmer when I kill hunters, and as you all know, I'm not the greatest fan of hunters, so that's why I run that. This helmet's good because it's got the old Angel of Mercy on there, which is always handy, and it's got a pretty good stat roll as well, so I made this 400. I've also got 400 on this one as well. I like to run this for control or game modes that don't have rezzing, so I'll get the extra grenade bonus, super energy. Comes in pretty handy. Hand cannon reloader and rain blows increase melee attack speed. I run these on all my gauntlets. If you look at all my gauntlets, it's always got melee attack speed and the various primary weapons. For a Titan, if you get into a punch battle, you can land 2 punches super fast. So you can, if someone misses their shotgun, you can just punch them twice to kill them before they can get the second shot off. So that's really handy. And hand cannon reload is just absolute necessity if you're running a hand cannon. Armamentarian. Need I say more? Double lightning grenades are just ridiculously good. Arc armor on the chest piece is a no-brainer as well. And just running boots with int and strength just so I can get to tier 11, nearly tier 12. Not that it really matters too much, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, with this setup, double sniper ammo, so I spawn in with 9 ammo as I mentioned earlier. This one's got arc double down just in case I land a double kill with my Titan smash. It's pretty situational, but it's better than nothing. And I run Memory of Silmar just because, just in case you get tagged by a firebolt or a incendiary grenade. Don't see many of them these days, but it's better than nothing. I might switch to Memory of Jolder at some point. Not too sure. As for my class breakdown, max armor, because I typically don't shotgun, and max armor sort of helps let you take on shotguns a little bit better at close range, and it also helps you win those one-on-one gunfights, and I'm all about winning the one-on-one gunfights. So lightning grenades, no brainer, everyone should be running them. Increased control, you want to get that Titan skate going. I prefer shockwave for trials just because you can get that extra kill sometimes, whereas Aftermath is, might be better for something like Control, but I think Shockwave's probably the best choice here. As for the melee ability, Overload's really good just because the Titan Punch does 157 damage and allows you to do what I call the one-shot punch, which is where you shoot someone once with last word and then follow up with a punch to get the kill. So it's effectively like having like a backup shotgun without having to equip a shotgun, just a one-shot punch. And having overload means you have your ability as quickly as possible. This sort of makes your cooldown on your ability down to about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So essentially, this here is a tier 15 Titan, essentially. I run these two Titan Codexes for the maximum armor. Headstrong, I mean, the leap distance is nice, but I just find the extra sprint speed and the extra movement speed to be really handy, and I've sort of gotten used to it. But I mean, they're all good in this column. Aftershocks and transfusion, all great perks. You can't go wrong with any of these, to be honest. And I use Unstoppable if I'm shotgunning, which is not very often. I'll switch to Juggernaut. I don't touch Solar Charge because it's absolute shit. But Unstoppable, extra armor, can't really go wrong with that. A few people have asked me how I got to light level 400 so quick. It was a combination of having about 200 exotic engrams and running Archon's Forge. Archon's Forge gives you the old Ghost, Titan Mark, and the artifact, and the exotic engrams sort of fill all the other gaps with the other weapons. If you look at my vault, I had a lot more, but I sort of have a lot of exotic engrams in here, and my hunter and my warlock, all the inventory is filled with exotic engrams as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And as for my play style, I play fairly aggressive in trials. Try and get the first pick and play from there. Get some grenades on the orbs. But it's all about keeping the shotgunners at bay these days in trials. But anyway, that's my loadout. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, feel free to hit that like button, or you don't have to. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Alright, thanks guys. Talk to you later.